Hey, what's going on, guys? Double 18 Seth Shadow here. Before we begin today, I'm gonna preface that I've been feeling a little under the weather today, so if I seem a little bit quieter than usual or just off in general, that's the reason why. I thank you for bearing with me. Let's go ahead and get started. So, just the other day, I posted a video about the cost of decks going into Flame of Leviatine Set 3. And today, we're going to be going over a few of the cards that were in some of those decks, as there have been some new movements that, well, you know, when it comes to the market, every day, the old news just gets outdated quickly. Like with Alice Wonderland Explorer. So, in the video, I had prefaced that I was talking about market prices whenever I talked about prices for any of the cards for decks. But Alice is already starting to move upward from those prices, where the base price right now, if you want to pick up a regular legendary, is almost $40 and only 6 listings, and the market price has already gone up to $33.08. And on top of that, if you want to pick up the evolved version, between the regular and the super legendary, their prices are starting to look pretty similar. The low end is almost $24, while the super legendary is currently at $26.44. And if you want the super legendary of the regular version, that's already $54.50 base, which is a much bigger jump in comparison. And of course, you've got the ultimate rare of the evolved form for $140 base right now. But ultimately, Alice is still pretty high up there, and honestly, I don't see it coming down. In fact, I could see it continue to rise, given that we're going to have set 3 for at least 2 more months, and then we might see some changes from there. But as far as the set 3 formats go, Alice is going to be a pretty expensive card to pick up the whole way through. Now on to the other side of things, we do have a pretty nice legendary called Diamond Master for Havencraft, which, honestly, I'd say it's pretty cheap for what it is, but I don't think this deck is as popular as the Fable Burn deck for Haven coming this format. Even so, this card is still a pretty nice option for Stormhaven. The pricing on this one and availability, there are lots of copies available for this card at 41 listings for the regular form, and the evolved form has 34 listings, and they're all pretty low price. $125 for the base form and 70 cents for the Evo. And if you want the super legendaries, the funny thing here is that the super legendary of the base form is currently cheaper than the super legendary of the evolved form, which is not something you typically see for a legendary card. Normally you'll see it for golds, but for legendaries, that's unusual. In any case, if you do want to pick this up, it's already at a pretty good price. I could see it continue to go down due to its lower popularity, but I'd be careful, because once you get to about $1, that's already a pretty good point to get in for any playsets that you'd like to pick up at least. I don't know about investments, and I don't want to turn myself into a complete investor channel since I'm not going to be able to give you precise information there. Next card we're going to go over is Rice Shower, which is currently at $4 for its regular legendary and a market price of $4.75. 12 listings overall, so it is a little bit on the low end, so just keep an eye on it, as it has capability when it comes to Necrocharge base builds. The super legendary is currently $9.97 base, but it has a lot of listings available, 24 altogether, and the market price on that one is $14.27. If you want the SP, the signed version, it's $127 base right now with 5 listings, and just a little bit higher on its market price there. I don't want to go over the base form of Agnes Tachyon because I feel like I've beaten that horse to death. I actually just realized what I did there. But let's just go in and take a look at the evolved form, because right now it's down to 3 listings, $6 base, and it has been selling recently for $4 to $7. And well, if you do need to pick this up, it's running out. So I would be careful if you need to pick up Agnes's for your decks, as right now, as they used to be closer to $3 beforehand. If you take a look at the chart, it's just been on a, well, its market price has been around 4, so it's been under the $4 mark to sell, but it's ticking back upward. And given that Agnes herself is a very popular and expensive card for its base, the evolved form could follow suit. Chellia Tia is moving up too, from the base legendary now having a base price of $10, and it's only got 4 listings left now. Market price on it was $7.17, and when you consider that the super legendary is about $4 or $5 off, $4 or $5 above that, makes you wonder if you just want to pick up the super legendary at this point, which, as a forest main, I'd probably do it, because Tia is one of those cards that could see more play down the line. But I do have to say that despite that fact, the ultimate rare of Tia has really been dropping, and now it's currently under $40. In Japan, this card's price is under 2,000 yen right now, if you take a look at some stores. So I'd say Tia's ultimate does have some way to fall. Despite that, I mean, I'm probably still going to wait on it myself, because it's just me overall. But if you do need to pick up Tia's, the base ones are really rising. But of course, the Evo version doesn't have too much going for it at 75 cents for the base form, for the base rarity of it, and the super legendary is at 3. So the super legendary and ultimate rare have a big gap there, so it's really a matter of if you want to spend a few extra bucks for that mid rarity, or you're willing to just take the base rarity for real cheap. Rose Deer got bought out again and is now up with 3 listings at $14 minimum, but nobody has bought into that price yet, and players have only been buying this as high as $4. That was this month though, so if you do want to pick it up now, you're probably going to want to wait for some more cheap listings to hit the market, but at this point it's $14 minimum, going up to $17. Most players are probably going to be looking at Beauty and the Beast more than Silverbolt, but Silverbolt is a potential contender for set 3 as well. New promos for February to March have started to make their way up on TCG Player, including the prize card for the current format, Execution, where you now get this card if you win at your local tournaments. Currently, it's got base listings as low as $20. Well, it's actually only got the 1 listing for $20 right now, and looks like players put lightly played copies up for the last few days at $10 and $15. So not sure what happened there with lightly played when these are supposed to be brand new, but yeah, Execution now has a high rarity if you want to pick it up, but it's pretty high right now, especially since Showdown promos are usually rarer than this, and yeah, I would personally just wait on it and see what happens over time. Then you've also got Insight, which is currently $13, and it's also had players sellers put lightly played copies up, but there's only the 1 listing of this one as well. Then you've also got Nature's Guidance, which has a lightly... Okay, I don't know how we have all these lightly played copies for what are supposed to be brand new cards. I have no idea what's going on there. In any case, base price on this near mint is currently $7. And then if you want lightly played copies, they're $6. There are a few other promos that have come out with this new promo pack, but effectively all of them are reprints and there are no new cards there. So this is just an opportunity to bling out cards that you can't bling out yet. Elfchild May. We haven't gone over this one in a while, but it has been seeing constant use in decks around Forestcraft, so revisiting it, it's still pretty easy to pick up at 40 cents base with 36 listings, and the foil copies are in the $3 range. Same goes for the market price, so if you need Mays, not too difficult to pick these up, especially the regular silvers. If you want the premium foils, I mean, I think this card will see play down the line, so at $3, I don't think that's too bad right now. Warning on Bellringer Angel, the gold and the premium gold of the base form are now aligned on their base price. They're both around $23, and the one that's running out of copies right now is the regular gold at 8 listings compared to the premiums, which is currently at 16 listings. So if the regular gold does sell out, the premium is definitely going to be next, or at least it'll likely see some price bumps. In fact, you might as well just buy the premium version at this point, as long as those prices stay aligned, as Bellringer will... I'm seeing Bellringer as another potential candidate to just spike out of control, potentially. I know I'm prefixing that, but the thing is, Bellringer has been going back and forth so many times. I don't know how many more copies sellers have in reserve at this point. And the Evolved form is also almost aligned for its premium and its regular at $2.26 base for the regular one, and the premium one is currently $4. So it is about a difference of $2. Even so, that's getting pretty close there, but there are plenty of listings available on those. Especially considering how it's an evolved version, where you don't pull nearly as many copies of these as you would the regular one. And the last card to cover for today is Dragon Oracle, which, in my video from just the other day, I had pointed out how this card was over $1.50 in its market price, and now the base listing is now $2.50. And there are only 2 listings for this card now. One at $2.50, and the other one is $10. At this point, given that you get 3 of these in the starter deck, if you end up getting forced to buy this beyond $5, I think you might as well just pick up the starter deck, because you'll get these 3 cards along with basically a decent amount of other cards that could be useful in the future. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.